Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Battle with Ola and my name is Mujola Olua. In this video, I just want to talk about a deeming order. What's a deeming order? A deeming order is an order asking the court to deem something that you've done that you ought to have asked the court for permission to do before doing as having been properly done. So for instance, for amendment of processes, there are stipulations as to how you should come. So let's say I wanted to amend a charge, for instance, as a prosecutor. I have to ask the court for leave to amend the charge, and then after the court has granted me leave, I would then file the amended charge. So instead of going through all that bureaucracy, sometimes I could ask for a deeming order. So I'd come to court and file an application to amend the charge. So in that same application, I would also be asking the court not just for leave to amend, but for leave, not just for leave to amend, but for an order deeming, the amended process as being properly filed, and served. So that means that I have already amended and filed the amendment, but I'm asking the court for a deeming order to redeem myself that, okay, I know I'm supposed to come and ask you, and when you grant it, I'll now go back and do it, but I've already done it to save time. So just, permit me. Let's just assume that I have done the proper thing. So when the court grants that order, the case can just move on, So you don't need to now go back after getting an order to amend to now go and file an amendment and then come back and tell the court I've amended, and then come back and tell the court that I have amended before you can move on. Why? Deeming orders are used to save time, to save the court's time, to save the litigant's time. It's a way for cutting through the bureaucracy, of court processes, filing of court processes. I mentioned it in the video on service, that if there's a mode of service, for instance, and maybe you were supposed to do something and you did not do it. Now, I'm not saying the process, the laid out principles of service, no, but just maybe something minute, and maybe something minute that does not go to the root of proper service. You can ask the court for a deeming order to deem what you have served as having been properly served, and that way you can move on in your case. So a deeming order, we usually ask for it when we are amending processes. Most times it's very important. You find it in some rules of court. Some rules of court do not have provision for it, but it's convention. Everybody does it. But if you know that your judge will not, because some judges don't allow it, they want you to first ask them for leave, ask the court rather for leave to do something. When the court grants it, then you go back and go and do that thing and come back and tell the court that I have done it, and then the court will now grant you another order to do the proper thing. So if you know that the judge will not allow it, it's better to just go by the bureaucratic way. But if you're certain that the judge will allow it, or the rules of the court where you are handling your matter allows for it, you can go ahead and file it. A deeming order, it's always a great shortcut, to save time and to just do things at once instead of going back and forth with the court and doing things in bits and pieces. So usually you ask for all the orders you want to ask for in your application, and then your deeming order will come last, before you put the omnibus order. The omnibus order, and for such further orders and all of that. So it comes just after the omnibus order, but as the last order after all the orders that you actually intended or set out to ask from the court. So that's what the deeming order is all about. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in my very next video. Don't forget to subscribe to those.